Hi guys, welcome to this video. This is Dr. Moorthy, working as assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, SNS College of Technology, Coimbatore. So this is a lecture series of engineering mechanics. In this series, we are going to discuss about various topics in engineering mechanics. And in this video, we are going to discuss about a topic called friction force and laws of sliding friction. So before that, we should know what is friction force and what are the importance of friction force. So first, engineering mechanics is the branch of science deals with the object whenever it is in the motion or in the rest condition. So for that, when the object in motion, there is an important parameter called friction. It have a bigger role with the object movement. So first, friction is a force created in the during the motion of object, and the friction force is acting in the opposite direction to the object in which direction it is moving. So first, so here friction, when a body moves or tends to move over another body, a friction opposing the motion develops at the contact surface. So simply a friction is the force that created when the two objects will rolls over one over another one, and it creates the friction, and the friction force will act in the opposite direction of object movement or the contact surfaces. So when the force which opposes the movement or tendency of movement is called as frictional force, or simply called as friction. So that a parameter that opposes it restrict the movement of object, it is called as frictional force, or simply called as friction. So here we have the object. It is placed over a horizontal surface, and there is an external force is acting on the object. It is called as a pushing force, and it tends to move the object towards the right side. And when the pushing force is overcomes the resistance, is called as a frictional force. The object will move in the direction where the force is applied. In this case, the object movement is towards the right side, and the frictional, as we discussed earlier, always the friction force is acting in the direction opposite to the movement of our object. And so here in this, consider this case, the object is moving when the pushing force is higher than the frictional force. Then the object is tends to move in the direction where the force is applied. So here one more factor is involved. It's called as nominal force or normal force. It is acting in the perpendicular to where the self weight of the object is acting. So here are some of the key parameters is listed. So here the friction is the force distribution at the surface of contact between two bodies that prevents or impedes sliding motion of one body relative to the other. So here the friction, it have multiple definitions. With depends on the application, the concept. So here when the impending motion is happened when the applied force is higher than the frictional force, then the object will starts to move. So that force is called impending motion, or that motion is called impending motion. So where the friction force is tends to resist or arrest the movement of object, or the motion of object one over another. So that is the friction. Next one is the friction. This force distribution is tangent to the contact surface, the body under consideration. The direction at every point in the contact surface that is in opposition to the possible or existing sliding motion of the object. And here we have generally the friction have a different category that starts with the static friction, kinetic friction, then rolling friction. So as in general, engineering mechanics is the branch of science. It's study the behavior of object, whether the object is in moving condition or in static condition. The static and moving condition means it is moving condition or movement or motion. It is called as a dynamic. When the object is in a rest, it is called as static. So same with the friction. So we have a different classification. Starts with static friction. That static friction is happening in the object when it is in the rest condition. So that when where the forces in the all the direction is zero, or summation of all the forces in the each condition is zero. So where the friction is happened to the object when it is in the rest condition, that is static friction. And the next one is kinetic friction. The kinetic friction is the dynamic friction as well. When the object is in moving, there is a friction will develop in the opposite direction where the object is in motion. So that friction is called kinetic friction. It is shown in the figure. The second one, here we have the ball is placed in the table, horizontal, there is a table, and the man will apply the force on the ball, and the ball will move in the direction where the force is applying. Next, third one is rolling friction. That rolling friction will develop when the object is rolled over the another surface. It's called rolling friction. So here we have discussed different types of friction called static, kinetic, and rolling friction. Thank you.